the Kermit Whitfield return is maybe, like, for me it is, but I don't know. Is it your favorite Florida State football play singularly in your time? Is it P-Dub's catch against Virginia Tech? Like, for me, it's Kermit because we were in the building and you had scaled the mountain all the way back from the deficit 21-3. And it was a kick return. And that dude was fearless in that regard with the kick returns.
Yeah, no, it's high on the all-time list, and the weightiness of that play will certainly surpass the example I give for my favorite play, but because of the amount of pain I knew was being suffered by an arch rival on the other side, I must say the PK Sam catch in Gainesville, with what preceded it, obviously the 4th and 14, which they thought that game was over. So you get the conversion, which you live to fight another day, and you could sense the fear, like, did that really just happen? Did we just give that up? And then that play happens, and the ball's in the air seemingly forever. I think added to the lore of that is certainly Mick Hubert's call of God, and the pain in his in the tone, like he's probably somewhere upset about it right now. So it's that stuck with me as one of my favorite plays of all time. And after that play is that I was at Eric Llewellyn's house for that game, and I was so adrenaline filled and younger, I picked him up and was carrying him around. I was so excited.
Well, you'll never forget where you were for plays like that. Like, for example, Lauk's snare, got it, and Len Elmore,
Yeah.
I think you said you were at home and you chucked Christie into the air after that.
Christie up and threw it into the air. I was a consultant at that time, if you'll recall. I was consulting, and I was unable to comment on that. And yeah, in the moment, because I didn't think we'd ever win there, man. I always felt, you're always getting screwed by calls there. That's the only time that I openly engage with the fan base about the screw job with the officials. But yeah, so the Laux pass is just a thing of beauty, and I'm friends with Luke, so it's kind of cool to revisit that. But the snare, catch, and shoot, and it's as soon as it leaves his hand, it's good. It's one of those shots.
I was in my apartment. In those days, I was not yet a consultant, nor was I with the 4-letter. I was looking at Dan Patrick, Jim Rome, and other contracts to see what the outs were because the station was going no more. It was about to be scrapped. But that moment, I was in the same spot that I was for the USA Landon Donovan goal, like in my room. Like, there was this one place I went to when I was very nervous, but I'm getting sidetracked. I wanted to ask you, because you were in the building for this one in the Swamp, what about Ward to Dunn?
Yeah, Ward to Dunn. Okay, so that is my favorite in person. That also outdoes the kick return. I was in a Bull Gator section. My stepdad is a UF Law grad. I have told people this over the years to understand my family dynamic. We all of us went different places. I have the brother that's an air traffic controller, and he went into the Air Force. I have a brother that went to JU, and all these different places. So we've got Gators and Noles and Rattlers, and let's see, I'm trying to think who else. Two different colleges. My brother, we got a South Florida Bull. We've got they're all in the family. And now with nieces and nephews and all of that, we've got UVA, Georgia Tech. When we all get together, it's crazy. Everybody went, somewhere else. But there are a couple of Gators, and one of them is Bob, my stepdad, and he's a great man. I'm not going to besmirch Bob, but he did go to Florida, and he is a diehard Gator. So we went to that game together, and he said, "You're going to sit with me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll sit with you guys." He said, "All right," because it's a section. If you're a Bull Gator, you got money. There's, you're not sitting amongst the riffraff, Tom. So I figured, even though I was head to toe garnet and gold in that stadium, I was sitting with two Bull Gators in a section of them. And so, I figured I would go unaccosted in that situation. I probably deserved much worse, because when he catches it and where I was sitting, I realized, peace. That they're not going to call a clip. They're not going to call a block in the back there. And he catches the corner, and I began the pelvic thrusting as it was happening. Just the pelvic thrusting getting more violent with each step, as they also knew that was ball game. And the only thing he said after about the 12th pelvic thrust was, can you please sit down? Please sit down. Because I think his friends were kind of like, come on, man. You get a hold of your son here. He's dry humping the Bull Gator in front of us. I mean, this is out of control. He's accosting our friend Steve. So yeah, it was. That's where we were. It was a great moment. Thanks for bringing it up. It puts a smile on my face thinking about it. It was all time great. I was on cloud 9 the whole drive back. I was, woo!
So does that rank better than Rick's to Sam then is the question.
Yeah, I think it probably does. I'd have to go through all of this, throwing quarterbacks into goalposts at the height of our defensive dominance and treating Miami like children in a 47-0 win. That was filled with great plays that I enjoyed there. I think you can go back. Basically, we were all so desperate to see it happen in 93. That season was filled with great plays. And then, it comes to the moment in time where Nebraska's kicking the field goal and my dad won't watch. And I remember thinking before the attempt, don't let this kid make this. I don't think my dad will ever come back to a game like this. He's been going to games for so long. This has to be the one. Luckily, when it came off his foot, it wasn't remotely close. And so I didn't have to even wait to see it. I mean, I'm watching. My dad's got his eyes closed, praying to like the football gods. As soon as the ball comes off of his foot, I'm like, he missed it.
So yeah. I was like your dad in Pasadena, except that was my soul and my brain. I was watching.
Yeah.
But when Rashad caught the ball and he gets horse collar, but that catch and run, like you're like, go, and I'm just silent. I'm just watching him.
You're like, he's gonna keep running.
Right. I'm being very quiet. And you're like, we're gonna win this game now, and I'm like, dude.
I grabbed your shoulder. I said, it's over. We're winning this game. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
It was very cruel.
You were so mad. You're like, what are you doing? I'm like, this game's over. That's it. We got this, baby.
You have branded my skin with a new scar if we lose this game, sir. But
you may never have forgiven me. This would have been the worst story of all time because you would have told it 46 more times since that happened had we not gotten in. Yeah.
Oh, we're winning this game, baby.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Yeah. I was smiling before they snapped the ball in the next couple of plays. I'm like, it's over. Well, it's just such a perfect – I mean, when that happens and those two guys basically collide into one another and miss, and he's so fast, I'm like, that's it. Get you some of this. I mean, and again, how in the world – I guess they got too caught up in it. I don't know, but how do you not see that horse collar? Oh, it's not just a horse collar. Like, it loses its place in horse collar history. Because Florida State won the national championship a few plays later. But if it were rightfully judged for the worst horse collar missed by officials since the horse collar rule was put in place, it's up there amongst the top 10 horse collars missed. It might be number one. Like, I think you can take impartial fans of teams, just people who understand the game of college football, more importantly, the rule of the horse collar, what is and what is not a horse collar, and just have them sit in a room and go like, I don't care where you went to school. I don't care who you root for. I don't care what your thoughts are on Florida State. We're only judging this based on the merit of the degree in which this is a horse collar. All right, everybody? Now, here's example number one, and they show that one. People will get out of their chair and go, good God, man. Did somebody arrest that young man? That is as nasty a horse collar as you're ever going to – wait, they didn't call it? Like, you're dumbfounded.